I think one of the things that program faculty admission committees really look at is, does this person understand what they're asking for? What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy Brad, and I'm back with another video. And in this video, what we're gonna do is we're gonna talk about the almighty question that gets asked in CRNA interviews. Why do you wanna be a CRNA?
Are you listening? Nurse Pass. Beast mode. Grinding.
Why do you want to join our profession? Well, let me ask you this. Why would you subject yourself to all of the rigorous processes that go into even being able to apply to Nurse Anesthesia School? Having a stellar GPA, or trying your best to. All of the shadowing, the volunteerism, the GRE, if you're applying to a school that has one, all the certifications, building of the resume, getting the references, doing all these things that are necessary in order to even be able to apply. Then, let me ask you, why would you then subject yourself to the prospect of relinquishing your ability to earn an income for 3 years? And then, why would you subject yourself to the financial burden that comes with, for most people, accruing debt in order to pursue this profession? And then finally, why would you subject yourself to this incredibly rigorous academic program that will likely be the most difficult thing that you're ever going to embark upon and hopefully accomplish? You probably better have a very good why. You would probably better give that particular question more thought than any of the other questions, because that is what these nurse anesthetist program faculty are going to be thinking whenever they ask you that question. God forbid you say, I want to do it for the money. That's just an automatic rejection. You're going to get out of there. Well, hopefully also, it's not such a superficial answer that it's like, well, have they really given this enough thought? Have they really considered all those factors that I just laid out and everything that they're about to subject themselves to? Really giving it a thought? Or are they just like, I'm kind of over bedside, let me just throw this application out there and see what happens? Not having given it a severe amount of thought, and this not truly being the passion that they hope to pursue. I also hope that you don't say that you're doing it because you want to take care of one patient at a time. That's true. For most people who are applying, that is a perk that they do one day look forward to, as are the financial ROI at the end of it. But for that to be the primary reason, your answer, or one of the components of your answer, I just personally don't believe, no, I'm not faculty, but I just personally don't believe that. I think that's a superficial answer. Like, has this person really given it thought? I mean, you could go to PACU and take care of one patient at a time. You can go be a circulator in the OR and take care of one patient at a time. Is this really what you want to do? I think one of the things that program faculty admission committees really look at is, does this person understand what they're asking for in this profession? Do they really understand what they're hoping to be, what a nurse anesthetist does? And I first found this out. I first shadowed a CRNA whenever I was a new graduate in the CVICU as part of open heart recovery. That was when I first was introduced to nurse anesthetist, which I alluded to in my previous video. But the first true moment was whenever I was shadowing a CRNA after the fact, and I got to see the pre-op process. And seeing the pre-op process for me was something that was very, very special and eye-opening. because I got to see them go into this room. Now, I mean, the pre-op process, at least this instance, was quick, man. I mean, it is fast because it's all about turnover, trying to get the patient into the OR, trying to get the case started so that they can, once they get the surgery over, get the next one in. And so in a very short amount of time, going into this pre-op room and seeing this patient, meeting this patient who is, God knows, scared out of their mind. This is one of the worst days of their life. Nobody wants to be undergoing surgery unless it's an elective voluntary surgery. Scared, thinking that this is going to be, the possibility that I'm going to die today. I mean, there's no exaggeration there at all. If this was me undergoing a surgery, that would be a thought in my mind for sure. There's a possibility I might die today, and the fear that would go into that would be very real. It would be tangible. And so in a short amount of time, this nurse anesthetist has to gain this patient's trust, calm their fears, communicate to them that I got you. During this procedure, I'm going to be taking over your most basic physiological functions. They're going to be in my hands. I'm going to keep you pain-free. You're not going to remember or feel a thing. And at the end of the surgery, when you wake up, you're going to see me again. I just think that there's something so divine in that process that I just saw it, and I could not help but think, what higher calling could there be, or responsibility could there be, than to take this mother or father or husband or wife or sister or brother or whatever into my hands, take their human life into my hands, all of the experiences that they've had on this earth, the totality of their existence into my hands, and keep them alive and keep them pain-free and to deliver them safely on the other side of surgery. Felt like a very sanctified position to be in. And that was, again, the epiphany moment for me that this is what I want to do. And that's a very solid why. And I think also some component of your answer, like everybody's why will be different, but some component of your answer needs to be that. It needs to be that. Again, I'm not faculty. Don't know exactly how they feel about it, but at least in one of the interviews that I was a part of, when I gave that answer, they specifically said that. They said that is something that is, they told me in the interview, but a lot of times they give you the stone face and don't give you any feedback in the interview. They were like, that is something that resonates with all of us. Because that 3 a.m. appendectomy, when you're on call and you got to roll out of bed and you got a burst appendix that you got to go take care of, it's not just a burst appendectomy. Like, that is a human life that you're taking into your hands, and every single case needs to be taken with that level of seriousness, because your profession is that level of seriousness. So again, the overall idea is that you need to have a very thoughtful reason as to why you want to pursue this profession, why you would put yourself through everything that you're asking to be put through. And just really give it some thought, and it just needs to be your unique answer. Don't take my answer unless my answer is truly how you feel as well. It just needs to come from the heart. And honestly, like, I'm just saying, this is just me. I just wouldn't even be pursuing this profession at all. Like, if your true answer in your mind is for the money, or because you want to take care of one patient at a time, or any other superficial reason. Like have people done that? Have people went through, been successful purely for the cash? Yeah. Should they be in this profession? No. That's just my opinion. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please subscribe if you haven't. I'm putting out content frequently now. I'm back at it. And I'm going to be documenting my entire CRNA journey, SRNA journey, right here. So I look forward to seeing you guys in the next video. And until next time, peace.